G'day everybody. Brian here, quantlabsnet.com. Today is October 15, 2025. Couple of things here. I've replaced the executive summaries I've shown in meetups over the summer online. There's a new set coming from my switch over to MotoWave and using the data from MotoWave with EdgeClear and Rhythmic data. This is real future data that you're about to see, and there's 3 samples I'm going to show you to replace those executive summaries. So this is it. A couple of notes about the development. I spent about 3 months developing the Python script that developed the last set of reports. 3 months of manual work, but along comes AI, very advanced AI now in October. 10 months later, and you can see that this was created, the whole script was created within no more than half an hour. It just mimicked the report along with the data files, the CSVs, and here we are. Anyways, let's check out what these contain. So this one is the Australian dollar particular future quote, as I said, generated yesterday. Here we have all of the standard, I'll put a sample PDF here of one of these in my blog post that's associated with this video. I'll just go to the YouTube description to find it. Anyway, so here's the executive summary of everything: volatility, technical indicators, performance metrics, market overview, and the key here is the number of trading days, 554, and this started a year ago. Sorry, August 1st. 2023. So as I said here, here's all the different market view, executive summary. Then we get into the, pretty well everyone wants to see the technical analysis. So here it is over the last 252 days, the Australian dollar, along with volume and the RSI. These are a little more technical, I guess you could say, the volatility of this dollar here. Volatility, the returns, a couple of tail risk, not much there, correlation, matrices, and the like. Then it gets into the option analysis here. So here we have the Black-Scholes parameters, pretty basic stuff, theoretical pricing, the Greek analysis, the put-call parity check that I've used before. And the key here is if it holds or not. If it holds, then that means there's no real high-frequency trading opportunity in there. Along, we have some option strategies we could use: gamma versus the underlying, delta, theta, vega, a long call put payoff, and the long put payoff, the bull call spread payoff, and the iron condor. So these are pretty popular. So if you wanted to apply hedging, all the matrices or all the summaries are here, and the different types of strategies that's available. I could add more strategies to this, but to be truthful, when I'm using AI to look at these particular executive reports, most of the time the AI, if I'm doing, let's say, high frequency trading level equivalent strategies for something like a MotoWave, which is really retail trading, these different types of strategies are really not worth pursuing beyond what's being showed here. Also, here's the recommendations. So here's what they say. The current trend is bearish. The signal for RSI is neutral. So again, no extreme conditions here. And then you have here on the bullish and the bearish outlook. On the neutral as well, what to do if that's what you want to do. Risk management's pretty plain, and the volatility considerations as well. So that's generally a really short analysis of this. The big factors to consider are the outlook, if it's bearish or bullish. The other one's the volatility opportunities, if the put call parity holds. The other thing is if it's a bearish outlook as well. Okay, so that's the kind of things I'd be looking at. Okay, let me show you another popular one here, which is the ES. This is the S&P 500. So here, the volatility is probably as low, 15%. Here we have the current prices with the standard metrics as before. The drawdown's pretty good for this time period, which is by 500 days, 550 trading days. So that's not too bad considering. This is probably one of the more popular future contracts that people watch. Again, here you can see why. It goes back to May. Nice solid rally outside here, but it's slowly recovering. That's why this is a very popular contract to trade. Along with the RSI, this is a good time to get in as long as that momentum since May is held. But here's the volatility skewing to the, more to the left, and some tail risk there as well. Correlation, standard, option analysis if this is what you want to look at. So the put call parity still holds, and that sort of thing, along with our option plots and stuff that we've shown before. Hedging opportunities as well. The correlation of cash to the futures at 1. So, as you learn my course, if you know about it, it's in the Quant Analytics. Is a 7-day trial for that. Just go to the try tab at quantlabsnet.com. You see that at the top. You'll also see that in the description of the video as well. Also, you can see here, current trend is bullish. So from my point of view, you want to trade things that are bullish. You don't want to trade things that are not bullish. Shorting and in a neutral state, there's not a lot of trend there. So you could probably trade on a ultra low latency level, but for the risk compared to other assets, it's just better to focus on the bullish ones. The other thing about the futures and options, there's like 40 plus different instruments to choose from. That's just on the CME. When you do get signed up with the with something like a real futures account, like I said, Edge, Clear, AMP, you will get also access, but you got to pay for it, to some of the European exchanges as well. So you could change some of the European stuff, and if you want to do the crypto, you could do that as well. Let me just show you that. So here, if you haven't seen in my analytics group, there was a very detailed description of how to trade high frequency trading on either Bitcoin and Ethereum. From what the AI said, this is probably the most advanced AI out there. It said most of the HFT shops will only trade Ethereum over Bitcoin because of the available data. If you get access to it, you can read it. It was posted in the last week or so. So you can do that. So here on the futures and options, we only have 62 days of data. So it's not that old, or the window is not as long. Here we have the current pricing, and then the standard metrics. One of the things that you need to really look at right here is the volatility versus, as I said, against the S&P 500, against the Forex or currency. The volatility for Ethereum is 10 times. Okay, I think the Bitcoin is probably around 70% volatility, so it's really high. The drawdowns, if you're willing to put some money into a crypto, you could do that only when you start to see it to move. There's lots of opportunity here, but your strategy or however you trade on this has to be 100% accurate, which is hard to do. So here you can see the trend analysis is bullish, bearish on short term as well. Here's the chart since May. It's held pretty good, but if you got a mean reverting strategy, you could do pretty well here. No questions asked. RSI has come down, which is a good time to buy, but this is more of a mean reverting strategy if you're going to use one. Volatility's come down quite a bit, and here you got your daily returns as well, not as high as before. And here's your option analysis. You could trade those, pull and call and put options here. All the Greeks and the call put parities holds. So again, all the plots for that. So we got the hedging strategies as well, if you wanted to do that. And then the recommendation here, again, current trend is bearish. RSI is neutral. Again, only one that would kind of work here is a mean reverting strategy of some kind as well. So we'll look in that over time as well. I am interested always to trade crypto. The one thing I will mention about EdgeClear, when you do get your account, there is an option for free data for the Coinbase derivatives, which I believe Coinbase derivatives would be the derivate. So I haven't got that activated yet. I mean, I did apply for it. I just got to get that somehow activated. But again, from what I'm seeing within MotiveWave, the only ones you could trade right now is Bitcoin and Ethereum. But as I said, when I looked at things as I'm showing you right now with S&P 500 or the ES, can you make a lot of money with Bitcoin? Basically, the very advanced AI said no, you can't make money with it because of the extreme volatility. So it comes down to risk and reward. What are you more comfortable with, where you can get a higher probability of getting better returns with something like an S&P 500 versus a crypto? That's your choice, but just putting that out there from what I'm seeing. So that's pretty well it. If you want to know more, what I would recommend you do is go over to quantlabsnet.com, and on there you can get access to our try, 7-day trial here by clicking that try button here at the top, or if you want just your email, get on email newsletter, you can put your data here, and we don't release that to anybody, and that's pretty well it. Hopefully you'll enjoy the new reports. I've just put our first one here for those in the analytics right here under, let's see, this one right here. Wrong one. No, it's the right one. So here we've got the data I haven't posted it yet, sorry. Yeah, it will get posted. It'll most likely get in our file share because it's quite big. So we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.